I had a vision of walking over a volcano, like I said, maybe 5, 6, 7 years ago, maybe even before that. But then I start researching them on my own, going and looking at locations and then going, okay, well, this one might work, this one might work, and then finding the one that is the best. Best is not what one would think. One would think best for a wire walker has to do with no winds, has to do with no gases. For me, that all adds drama and excitement. So I'm looking for that, but also the right distance. Again, this is the longest and highest I've ever done. That's one of the reasons why I really liked this particular volcano, as well as the fact that it has an active lava lake down below. Yeah, a big part of my training, I will be practicing in a smoky room, but it's training, believe it or not, with my eyes closed. It's training with a gas mask on. It's training with goggles on. It's training with wind machines. It's kind of throwing every element that I'll be facing. Of course, we can't recreate the actual sulfuric gases that are in the air, but wearing the mask, which filters that out, is a great simulation of that. No, so the cables can't go up early because that sulfuric gases in the air will actually eat through the cable to the point where it will actually crumble. We've had pieces of cable there that I can grab, and I've got video of it, and they literally just fall apart in your hand. So we can't put it up in advance. It's got to be put up very short window prior to the actual walk. So my training now is done in Florida, Sarasota, Florida, which is where I'm based. I train in my backyard there. I've got a wire about 750 feet long where we simulate winds and we simulate, I'll walk blindfolded. We simulate the tensions and everything that I'll be feeling on the wire itself so that I'm prepared for all of that. Yeah, so I take fear and I turn it into respect. I respect the fact that the winds could be strong, so I train with 90-mile-an-hour winds when they're not likely to exceed 50-mile-an-hour winds. I train with a blindfold when reality is I can probably see for the majority of the walk. So again, I respect it enough to train properly, but I'm not scared of it. And again, I think it's all in the mindset, and it's all the way that we see things in our perspective.
What safety, if any, will be in place?
Well, hopefully not much other than my safety team that is there. If something happens, I've trained my entire life to go down and hold that wire and wait for help. And if it is my decision, which I'm hoping it will end up being my decision, I won't be using any safety whatsoever. Yeah, I would say that's sort of a distraction when I'm worrying for my sister when she's on the wire, or my mom's on the wire with me. My mom just recently completed a walk with me about 2 months ago. So the reality is when I walk a wire with another family member, I'm concerned about them, which is probably almost a healthy distraction because I'm not thinking about myself and I'm not worrying about myself. So when I'm doing it on my own, I think even with someone, I'd be very concerned this walk just because, again, it really comes down to that volcano and the way it wants to act for that day. I've been there where it's clear, and I've been there where you can't see 5 feet in front of you. Unfortunately, we're doing it on March 4th live on ABC. Rain, shine, what the weather, it doesn't matter what the weather's like. It's go time, it's go time.
Wednesday, March 4th, Nick Wallenda will attempt the longest and highest walk ever.
A lot of hard work's gone into this moment.
As he walks the length of 6 football fields across an active volcano on a wire 1 inch wide. Volcano Live with Nick Wallenda, Wednesday, March 4th on ABC.